Thank you to our sponsor, MBA Growth Partners.
Welcome to Studio 501c3. I'm your host, Kim Jones, CEO of the Nonprofit Village. Our show features nonprofit organizations that provide essential programs and services. They're charities that the IRS has designated as 501c3 because they provide a public benefit. And in many cases, your donations to these organizations are tax deductible. We're also a proud partner of Montgomery Community Media, and MCM is your public access resource that provides a variety of information and programs relevant to Montgomery County. Today we have Christopher Page, Executive Director of the Conflict Resolution Center of Montgomery County. The center's mission is to promote and provide collaborative problem-solving processes throughout Montgomery County. Christopher, thanks for joining me today.
Thank you for having me. Look forward to the discussion.
Yeah, so let's start with telling our viewers what the center really does to empower people to effectively manage their conflicts. There are conflicts with organizations and with people, and you have a lot of programs and resources to help with that.
Yeah, so what we do is we offer free mediation services to anyone who lives, works, volunteers, steps foot in Montgomery County. And those services are strengthening, our motto is we strengthen our community piece by piece. And so what we utilize is peace efforts and conflict resolution services to help people work together to find a win-win situation for all their types of different grievances. From neighbor to neighbor disputes, family disputes, business disputes, custody disputes, money disputes. Anytime you have a problem with someone, we can help. Say it like that.
And that's interesting because let's say you have, like you said, a dispute with your neighbor. Do people think about, let me find, a conflict resolution resource, or do they just tend to take it into their hands? How does the information even get out to people that you all are around, you're available, and you've got the resources to help people through these conflicts?
Well, one of the ways we get it out is being on great shows like this so that people can know about what we do and get more information about us. Then also, like with neighbor disputes, many times what they do is they call the police first. And so instead of calling the police, we like them to call us. Or what we do is we work with the police to have tearaways so that they can give it to them so they can tell them about us. And then we try to be out in the community as much as we can so that people can know about all the things that we're doing and contact us on our offices or contact us through our website so that we can help our services and help them for free.
And, and when you just said law enforcement, police department, I guess they would know about you because the police department is full of a lot of resources that the average person might not know about. We think of them in terms of just law enforcement, but we know that they are resources in our community as well. So I guess that is a really important collaboration that you probably have with the police department.
Yes, we have them with the police, and then we also work with the district court, and they refer cases, and then we work with various other nonprofits and community organizations that may know of people that are dealing with some type of difficulties, and they can contact us, and then they can contact us to see if we could do their cases for them. And
do you actually provide training for example, the police department or the courts, schools? Do you actually do training for them so that they are referring you? They also may know how to diffuse, some of those challenges between people?
We do conflict management workshops, and we do workshops for the police. We do workshop in our schools, working with teachers, and then we do them for individual nonprofits. And most importantly, we do them with youth and young people so that they can grow up to learn how, in the beginning, how to resolve conflict and how to work toward later.
Oh, wow. How young can you start with youth?
So we have a partnership with Montgomery County Public Schools, and we start with elementary school on up, and we do different services. And then we also do mediations where we work with students doing mediation, student to student. And then with our high school students, we're doing what we call a peer mediation model. We're working with some high schools to train them to be peace ambassadors so they can resolve differences within various conflicts that happen within their schools.
So do you find that sometimes you're starting with younger students and then you see them coming through your programs as they move into the middle years and then into the high school years too?
Yes, and we learn, it's all about, as we talk about with nonprofits, about awareness. The more they know about our service, know about us, they build relationships and they stay long term. And then also, I will say, we also, for our mediators, we do trainings. We do all of our volunteer mediators, we have over 100 mediators. They're trained by us with a 40-hour basic mediation training so that that is recognized by the state for anyone who does mediation. And they get that training for us for free. And we offer that to the community. And one of our major tenets is that we make sure that our mediators reflect the community that they are serving. So we have a full diversity from race, economics to socio-economic backgrounds.
And and I've taken some of your classes in the past, but I did know about your, I think is it a certification
Yes.
on the mediation training? Yeah, and I've heard other people talk about it as well. So I think that probably there's a lot of conflict in the world right now. People are tired from a lot of different things going on in society. And I think that, it's just kind of pulling at people because of just frustration. And that might be why there's so much conflict. But
yes,
it's
and
good to
one of
know.
the things,
So,
and sorry to cut you off.
yeah, we're
One of the
going
things we
to,
try to do is make sure that we build the community and bring people in so they are part of the decision process of resolving the conflict, compared to having someone on the outside, a judge or some organization. You can make the decisions and you can work together to create collaborative and creative decisions how to resolve your conflicts.
okay. Listen, Christopher, we need to take a quick break, but I want to come back and talk a little bit more about your workshops
All
and
right.
how they're designed. So when we come back, we'll continue the conversation about the mediation services and conflict management workshops at the Conflict Resolution Center. Studio 501c3 on Montgomery Community Media. We'll be right back.
Jordan knows he shouldn't eat this entire bowl of nachos, but tonight he's earned that right, because a few hours ago in the middle of happy hour, he recognized a sign, not from the gods or a bolt of lightning, but from a double heart, a kissy face, and a fourth ha in ha ha ha. That's when Jordan knew he was buzzed. So when it was time to go, he got a ride home instead of driving. Be a legend like Jordan. Recognize your buzzed warning signs and get a ride home. Buzz driving is drunk driving.
150 over 90.
180 over 111.
160 over 110. I had a stroke.
Your blood pressure numbers could change your life. Lowering them could save you from having a stroke. If you've stopped your treatment plan, restart it or talk to your doctor about creating one that works better for you. Start taking the right steps at manageyourbp.org.
Now I'm, trying to get better, stronger than ever.
If I could be you, and you could be me for just 1 hour. Walk a mile in my shoes. Walk a mile in my shoes.
Welcome back to Studio 501c3. We're featuring exceptional nonprofit programs in Montgomery County, and today I'm talking with Christopher Page, the Executive Director of the Montgomery County Conflict Resolution Center. So Christopher, before the break, I wanted to ask you about the process, because you've talked about a lot of different programs at different levels and with different organizations you collaborate with. So what's the process that goes into kind of designing the workshops or the courses, the curriculum around conflict management?
So all our workshops are research-based, and we use different various skills based on whatever type of organization or based on the community we're talking about doing for the mediation or the conflict resolution service. But those are our conflict management workshops. And for our basic mediation training, it's a standardized we partner with Montgomery College and Community Mediation to work with them to get and train people in the community so that they can have the basic mediation and mediation training.
Okay, all right. And the courses are a variety of lengths. So I know I've sat in on something that is as short as 2 hours through the public library. I think that's one of your other collaborators in the community is public libraries. But like you said, you have a 40-hour course as well. So
Yes. So we have various levels. So we have a basic mediation 40 hours. And then we could do a training for an hour, 30 minutes we do a series of conflict trainings like what we did with the library. We could do various different things to deal with, because everybody has different types of conflicts in their life. They have a conflict with your family member. You may have a conflict with how you address a conflict with a business is different with how you address a conflict with your grandmother.
Right.
So, and we deal with the different ranges of those types of conflicts.
Well, what about the solutions or the resolution? How do you measure the success? How do you know that you've been successful and that you have empowered, I guess, your clients or those who are participating to come to compromise? Because I think that's probably what a lot of it is compromise.
Yes. Well, compromise, you don't get everything you want. We try to work with doing collaboration. So it's a win-win situation. So everyone gets everything they want. And what we do, how we measure it is if there's a full agreement, we monitor all of our cases to see if there's an agreement. And then after we do the agreement, we contact all the participants 3 months later to see if the agreement is being upheld. And currently right now, we have like a 79% rate of all of the 79% of the things that reached an agreement. 79% of those the agreement is being upheld in some form or fashion.
Okay, all right. We're coming down to the last minute. This is going so fast, but I think you also have dialogue circles.
Yes.
Okay, tell us very briefly about the dialogue circles.
So what we do is bring communities or groups that are at odds strategically. And so what we do is do dialogue circles, and then we'll bring them in. So it may be police to youth or police community, or we may be a church and a community having an issue with parking. So we bring everyone in, sit in, and we have a dialogue circle where people get to talk about their issues, their complaints, and see how we can collectively get to understanding of each other. And sometimes it may not just be a full agreement, but there might be just a discussion, a dialogue to figure out how we can get together and understand each other.
That makes sense. Okay, so anybody can get involved with that, and that's good to know. Christopher, we have run out of time, but I really appreciate you telling us about these resources, about the Conflict Resolution Center, and all of the opportunities that everybody has at different levels and in every part of our community that's available to us. Thanks so much for talking with me today.
Thank you.
So you can find out more about the Conflict Resolution Center by visiting their website at crcmc.org. I'm Kim Jones. Thanks for watching today, and we'll see you on another edition of Studio 501c3 on Montgomery Community Media.